So my name is Rafael Sacheta. I work for Badminton Photo, which is the official photo agency for the Badminton World Federation. And here you have all the bodies and lenses, well, some of the bodies and lenses that we use for everyday work. So we can go into the details to know a little bit on how we use what, so that maybe you can try to do some photos. Okay, first, the big babies. These are fixed lens. That means that it's not a zoom. This one is a 400 millimeter and this one is a 300 millimeter. These basically are used mostly for sports or animal photography. 400 millimeter is you can shoot from very far but still have a very clear picture. So these two lenses are very important for us because sometimes the stadiums are very big, so we are far from the courts. So we use this and then we are able to go close up and have the emotions of the players even though we are standing far away. Then we have a range of other lenses. Some of them are also zoom. So this one is a 70-200 millimeter with a fixed aperture. Also these two and this one has a fixed aperture of 2.8. That means that there is a lot of light coming into the lenses, and it's very important for badminton because it's dark and it's fast. So we need to have as much light as we can. That means that we can have a high-speed shooting. This lens is a 24-70, so it's a bit similar to this one. It's only that we can get a bit wider. It's a wider lens, so if we're closer to the court, then we can use this one. This one is a bit specific. It's big, and it's a fixed lens, just like these two. So it's not a zoom. You cannot go in and out of the of what you're trying to shoot, but it's brilliant because the aperture is 1.2. That means that you have a lot of light coming into the lens. It means that you can capture the action very fast. So for badminton, of course, it's so important because they are so fast. You know, the fastest match is close to 500 km per hour, so we need that kind of lens to catch the action. These two lenses we use to get a wider picture of the venues. For instance, the Tianhe venue is big, it's not the biggest, but we use this to have a wide angle shot, to have the overall court and then the public. So we use that kind of lens. All these are lenses and these are the bodies, the camera bodies. This one is the latest from Canon. It's the EOS 1D Mark II. That's the best camera for sports. It's very fast. In 1 second, you would have up to 10 shots in 1 second. So it's very helpful for badminton because, as I said, it's a very fast sport. So this one is another type of camera. It's also fast, not as fast as this one, but you can use HDR and it allows you to have a better contrast. A little device we can talk about is quite funny. It's a bundle that we put near inside the camera, and it basically brings a strong Wi-Fi to the camera. That means that where we're on a side court, we can shoot, and then the picture goes right away to whoever needs it, our servers or the desk, can be the desk in Paris. And then last but not least, of course, everybody knows this, is a flash. And badminton, we cannot use the flash when the play is going on, but for the podium ceremonies or when we shoot the galas or things like that, then of course we need the flash. If you start to have a good interest into photography, I would suggest one of these bodies. Of course, this one is very expensive, so it's more for professionals, but these type of bodies, even a bit lower in quality, are good, but what you need to know is that the aperture is very important. There is one lens from Canon. It's the 50mm 1.8, and it's very cheap. And I started with this, and I was able to make really decent photos with one reflex body and that lens 1.8 50mm. I think the best is to have two different lenses. If you want to invest a bit more, is the 24-70 and the 70-200. That covers basically pretty much everything. That gives you already enough to make good pictures, but the aperture is very important. 2.8 is what we require to have enough light to make fast photos.